Lords and ladies, welcome back to MyStreet. 5 years later, with your host, Jacob Butter. Still can't hear my intro anymore, but I know it's there. Right. Welcome back to MyStreet 5 years later. First of all, just a warning, I will say this right now at the start of the stream. Any connection issues that I have, I will then head downstairs and plug in the Ethernet cable to maximize my chances of not having an issue. Because immediately when I was about to start this, it happened again. The Wi-Fi has been fine for every day since one day after the last stream. So I think it is just not being able to handle, putting myself out there to the masses or whatever. So that's basically it. Very crumpled up shoulders now. Anyways, let's go ahead and start before that happens. I don't want to speed through this because obviously today is a special occasion because we are tackling Starlight, episode 1 of season 5, in my dearest memories. Indeed. So yeah, it's interesting. This is our last big our last big season, really. It's just it's interesting because after that season 6 is going to be sporadic. So this is kind of like the final sprint in a sense, which is interesting because the creators have self-confessed that they actually this season in particular was sort of a step back for them, production-wise, set building-wise, etc. So I guess what on earth did I just? Okay, that just kind of happens sometimes. Got a message notification. Okay. Yeah. So they said it was like a vacation, well, set vacation, or at least that's what the cinemas video I believe. We'll see how true that is because I'm pretty sure it's animation in the first episode, but we'll see. We'll see what they count as downgrading themselves nowadays, compared to when they started in season 1. We'll find out. So without further ado, on with the review.
Hey guys, do you want your own talking plush? Well, too bad, because this one doesn't talk, but you can make it talk like I do. So be sure to check it out. Enjoy the episode. Yay!
I wonder how many people actually did that, especially kids. That's amazing to contemplate. That's hilarious. I wonder if when I do this movement it's like in sync with the video or not. I can't tell. I can hear my neck clicking. That's not a good idea. Never mind.
Wow!
Interesting that Melissa. Oh, I guess they're both looking out the window. I was gonna say Melissa's tail being sideways actually makes sense because she wouldn't be able to sit at the back as easily with her ears and tail out. But then again, Aphma's also looking out the window, so who knows? They're probably going to turn her in, just going to smack the seat or something. But it's just going to go through it because, of course, it will.
The ocean looks so beautiful.
Oh, it's distance, yeah.
All we've seen is ocean for the past 12 hours. How does it look more beautiful than all the other ocean we've seen?
That does raise the question, because I've been on flights across the ocean before, and sometimes they last 2 hours, maybe. I don't know. Maybe 6 if you're flying, on American Airlines from US to UK like I used to do. 12 hours? What have you been doing? Where are you going? Maybe I wasn't that far off. Maybe it is set in Australia. I was joking last episode, but honestly, actually Australia takes 22. Depends.
Well, the water's looking more clear and blue, and it's just got a different kind of shade to it.
Mm-hmm.
That does happen sometimes.
And?
The closer we get, the more excited I am. I can't help it. I'm so just happy. I'm gonna see Aaron and you have no idea. How much longer till we get there?
It is actually quite wholesome that this is Aphma's dream location, but yeah, the thing she thinks about the first is how much she really wants to see Aaron. That's all that's important right now. Forget the fact location. That's a nice detail, but It's all about him, and that's really nice to see, actually. You know, in the game of love, you make a bunch of big moves, but in the end, it's all about the players. Not like literal players in the sense of like, haha, play the hearts or anything. No, not like that. It's a weird analogy. I'm gonna stop talking now.
Well, you won't have to wait much longer. If you look out the left windows, you can see the island from the plane.
What? Really?
Why didn't you say that before, Melissa? You haven't changed at all, have you? That's a lie, but still.
Mm-hmm. Not many people get to see this view of the Starlight Park, since boat is usually the way people travel. But
Yes, and until this conversation, I was going to make sure that you didn't see it by not telling you to look in the other window. Yeah, great, Melissa. Well done.
you get to see it firsthand.
Again, another question to raise. If people travel by boat, but yet a flight takes 12 hours, how long does a boat trip? You have to fly to a specific port, then take the boat to Starlight? If so, why? Why not just fly to Starlight? They clearly have a landing space for a plane if a private jet can land somewhere, so why not? Or was it just for the rich snobs that can afford to land a private plane somewhere? It's not like a full airport or something. I don't know.
Oh my, I read it! It's there! It's right there! Aaron is on the island! Oh, I think I see him!
Okay, I know what they're trying to do with, her face smushed on the glass. The illusion's ruined by the fact that her head's still bobbing up and down.
Oh no, wait. That's a boat.
You're so cute. We're like 10,000 feet in the
By the way,
air.
please step up one sec.
Everything is going to be hard to make out from up here in the sky. Speaking of make out, what are you planning to do when you see Aaron for the first time?
I don't know!
Very subtle.
Melissa! Really?
What? Come on, I'm curious. How do you think you're going to react to him?
Easy.
Well, it's all going to slow down. We'll suddenly become much more animated. We'll have more complex facial expressions. We'll run to each other's arms. There you go.
I have no idea! I didn't think this far!
Offmal, you okay?
To be fair, I can actually relate to Aphmau in this step. Should I end up going to see Monet at some point, I'm just like, oh, what do I do now? It's like, hi, you're real. You're in front of me. I don't know. That'd be terrible.
Be right back. I have to go to the bathroom. Ah, this is the life. And I need.
Again, the implication that that this thing can somehow eat and drink with its mouth sewn shut. How do you do it?
This.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna think she uses that thing to wipe or something. That's not a good image.
I can't believe I'm here. I'm here at Starlight. Do you realize how big this is? Mm-hmm. Plus, Aaron. It's been one whole year since we've
And now it's now reversed from what I said before. Oh well, she still said Aaron first.
last seen each other in person. What if he looks different? What if I look different?
I mean, you do look different. That was the entire point of the shopping trip in the last Aphmau's Year episode. It was about you finding an outfit that he never seen you before. So yes, you do look different. And yes, I know what she means. She's being insecure. I understand. It's a joke.
Did I gain weight since I last saw him? Oh, I knew I shouldn't have eaten the sweets Kawaii-chan kept bringing me.
Hey, Aphmau, no one should turn down Kawaii-chan's sweets. Except Reese, because he got knocked out from one of them. But, apart from him, eat Kawaii-chan's sweets. You'll be fine.
Huh? What if he doesn't find me attractive anymore because I'm a human? Well, then.
Again with this. I know. It's ridiculous to pick out the insecurities of this. But this one in particular has come up several times so far. Aaron was attracted to her before. She's always been human to him. That If anything, he should be worried about Aphmau not finding him attractive as a werewolf anymore.
That means I have a chance to get with him now.
What?
Wolf!
Attention passengers, we are...
Did we just confirm Wolf's name? I don't think we ever heard Aphmau say Wolf's name up to this point. I know she says it in A Wolf's Tale later, but that's a while to go.
now making final preparations for landing. We will be arriving.
Wait, there was a gap between this stream and the next one. I hope I didn't mess that up. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that later.
Arriving at the Starlight Resort in 30 minutes.
Aphmau?
Melissa!
Hold on. Wait, I'm starting to understand this now. So you can see the island from a distance, but yet a jet, a thing that flies through the air at speeds unrivaled by any other mode of transportation that we currently possess as humans, is going to take 30 minutes to get to an island you can always see. Sure, okay. Now I know why it took 12 hours to get across the ocean. It's not because Starlight's far away, it's because it's the slowest jet ever built.
How do you know I wasn't using the bathroom just now?
Well, you
Probably because she can hear you talking to a plush, I imagine. She's a werewolf. Unless we're going by Marty McFly rules, no one can hear you talk when you talk to yourself. I don't know.
see, I'm a werewolf, so with these ears I can hear slightly better than I can when I'm a human.
Oh yeah, this is the time when they finally acknowledge that that's an actual difference between werewolves. I think because of the nature of this particular season, they go more in depth about the difference between werewolves and humans. So a lot of stuff we know about werewolf anatomy actually came from this season in particular, which is strange considering that we had a whole season 2 recently of Phoenix Job High, all about werewolves pretty much. But there you go, it's just a big thing. It's all about those werewolves.
Also, you're kind of screaming all your emotions everywhere.
Team Keiko Black Coffee for the win.
Melissa, what am I going to do?
Follow me! Look out there. Down on that island, there is someone who has been waiting to see you.
And we'll also still have to wait 30 more minutes before this slow thing lands, because we've got to refuel or something, I don't know.
I can't help you with how you feel, but I can assure you that he wants to see you just as bad as you want to see him. So whatever happens, just let it happen.
I'm just really nervous.
Well, here, how about this? Let's fix up your hair and get you looking a little more stylish. That will at least give you some more confidence.
Didn't we just do a makeover last episode? Again, Aphmau's year. That happens.
You'll really help me with that?
Of course.
Why would she not? She's giddy about that, and she also got you the outfit right now that you are supposed to show. And clearly that outfit was partly Melissa's choice.
Come on, let's get you even more beautiful than you already are. That way, when you see Aaron, you won't question it. You'll just do the first thing that comes to mind. Hurry before we land!
Yeah, hurry before we land. Wouldn't want you to take half an hour to style your hair. Actually, that does actually happen. I mean, just look at Gareth, for example. Oh, I'm talking about a faster car, sorry. I'll let the song play out.
Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
This is why we need Aiden, because he wouldn't have interrupted. He should start singing it himself.
I just wanna feel alive.
I don't we get to this part.
It's just what I do when I'm out.
Oh, that was longer than usual. That was longer than Love of Paradise. Yeah, because in Love of Paradise it usually got to that point, and then they played the outro, and then it's just what I do when I'm out. So then next part, the chorus kicks in. I was due to the separation. I guess they just need a little bit more content this time.
We're here! Aphmau, wait!
Big reunion time. Not.
I missed you so much. I'm sorry. I just want to hold.
The bellhop just he's not going. Oh, pardon me. It seemed we were having connection issues, so I just kind of stopped talking.
You're not as firm as I remember, but
Well, I mean, I'm not as young as I used to be.
As awkward as this particular moment is, Aaron will be as firm anyway after not seeing her because his muscles will have all atrophied, and he would have been doing all the physical recovery and stuff and be working out as much. But oh well.
I didn't realize you were so happy to see me.
No one's that happy to see you, Derek. Go away.
I thought you were.
I can see why you would mistake me for Aaron from behind. We're both Ultimas, so our ears are very similar in shape.
Which is a fact that he is acknowledging that Ultima ears are different after talking to a human bellhop and also on an island where he's supposed to be using a fake name. We already know that Derek is horrible at what he does, but that takes the cake right there.
Off, when I said do the first thing that comes to mind, I didn't mean hug my dad.
There you are, Melissa. A little late, aren't you?
Hey, we had a shopping emergency to take care of.
And also the plane is slow. The plane is slow.
Aaron was waiting for a while, you know.
He was?
I love that. The shopping trip that was so desperate for him actually delayed things even more. That is just some karma right there.
What's a few more hours? Besides, I wanted Off here to look.
A few more hours? That's how long it took. No. No. If you were on a schedule. Melissa.
Her best for when she meets Aaron.
Speaking of which, where is Aaron?
Oh, well, he had a physical therapy session he had to attend. He was going to skip it and wait for you, but I wasn't going to have that.
Dad, what did you do?
I might have thrown him back to the house.
How is that supposed to help his recovery?
Yeah, that's bad even by Derek's standards.
He's just about done with the sessions anyways.
Except for this one was so indispensable that you didn't want him to skip it. So clearly he's still got more stuff to do. Derek, can this character say one thing that isn't stupid for once?
Besides, he keeps getting lost here. I was just helping him find the way back to his place.
I guess Derek has incredibly accurate throwing skills and knows that his bearings from any point on the island without going through the twists and turns that would be the pathways. Sure, why not? Not like whales can smell wherever they're going to go and track down scents that they had previously. Oh, wait. Yes, they can.
Yeah, that's a good point. Lost here. All these new scents probably make it hard to find anything around here.
How long has he been here, actually? That's a good question. Maybe he hasn't got used to the scents.
I see. Oh, wait! You guys! You're werewolves!
Yeah?
Dang it. Every time I always have major complaints, and yet Aphmoth throws in a hilarious line, and I'm just right back in. That's what this show does. That is just Stockholm at its finest, clearly.
We've always been.
No, I mean your ears and tail are showing. Don't you guys hide them from everyone? Everyone can see them.
Oh! Yeah, right. I forgot.
Yes, I didn't mention idiotic plan number 3 of this holiday. Behold.
You see, Aphmau, this past year with Aaron has been rather interesting. We've been trying to embrace who we are as a family, which means living as without hiding the fact that we're werewolves.
That means our ears and tails are out almost all the time. We wanted to make sure Aaron felt like he wasn't alone while he adjusted to this new part of his life. He's basically learning how to live again. Also, he wasn't the only one who was new to all of this. Aaron helped a little someone else accept who they were as well.
Enough of that.
Anyways!
You know, that would have been great to see. Can we just, have, Aaron's year or something? Ooh, hang on. Miniseries idea. Aaron's year. Interesting. Gonna just, log that idea into the old supercomputer and, save it for later.
Because we are known by so many as humans back We have to be careful about how we go about showing this part of ourselves.
Exactly.
Most likely not at all, because that's the whole thing of the ultimate mystery and what you're trying to avoid.
But here, no one knows us. So we're using a different last name to hide who we are. So we can show we're
Because no one's going to recognize the head of a huge the head of a huge entertainment business and one of the most higher up people in the organization, who also has been canonically known to be recognized by people, especially Michi. So clearly, your faces are known. This logic makes no sense.
Please. Now, let's find Aaron. Here, Afmal, let me throw you to the house.
Great idea, Dad!
What? Has he assimilated? Has he fused with Blaze or something?
I mean, wait, she's not a werewolf!
Oh my gosh, it's high school all over again?
But you said she wears ears and a tail to bed.
Again! Just the Stockholm, just like right back in. Stop being funny and charming, show.
Melissa!
Dad, shut up! I never said that!
Please!
Oh my goodness, so Melissa did actually say that. And she also wore them to bed? Really? That's what she used them? Okay, fine.
Just want to see Aaron!
Alright, fine, let's go! Speaking of which, Dad, what is the fake last name you gave us?
Ah, there you are, Mr. Wolfware. I got the extra key.
Out. How can you top that? You can't. All right, fine. We'll do this. All right, okay, whatever. Sure, Mr. Wolfware. Proceed, Derek Wolfware. Purveyor of intelligence and planning and intelligent plans.
Keys for the house you asked for.
Perfect. Thank you.
Really, Dad? Mr. Wolfware?
What? I thought it sounded cool. Like a company name for underwear or something.
That depends how you spell it. Because werewolf is spelled W-E-R-E. If you're saying wolfware, then that'd be W-E-A-R. And also, you're trying not to seem like you're, yourself, aka the head of a big company. So why would you give yourself a name that sounds like something a company would come up with?
Bad enough our real last name is Lycan. Now you're just making it obvious.
To be fair, actually, at this point, I hadn't actually read The Myth of Lycan yet, or Lycaon, so I actually didn't catch on to that until I thought, hang on a second, werewolves in Spanish are called lycanthropos, and then lycanthropy was a thing. So, yeah, to be honest, that one hoodwinked me. I'll fully admit that. That one wasn't too bad, but yeah, wolfware is just no.
Oh, princess, come on. She'll get over it. In the meantime, let me help you with your things.
Wow.
Sure, Mr. Wolfware.
I'm going to regret this, aren't I?
Yes, immediately. Right now. Regret it immediately. Do it. Go. Are we in the age of the big panning shots again? They get worse over time, as in they get better panning over time, but they get longer and, much more obvious. It's also kind of like Love Paradise, because the first episode had, there was 38 seconds of walking that Jason rightfully pointed out in the CinemaSin section. Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, just checking. Had connections again.
This is all for us?
Uh-huh. Oh, and check this out. He got all this just for you.
Wow. 8 cans of poopsie. How thoughtful. To be fair, I don't know how many poopsies Aphmau drinks. Is it like Diet Coke for Matt Pat? Is it like just too many? I don't know.
For me?
Yep, stole half of them from me when he thought I wasn't looking.
And just put them on display. I guess idiotic planning runs in the family.
I was looking the entire time.
Oh, shut up, Dad. Anyway, that's not all. There's the pool area.
Yeah, see, like I said, they're doing the tour thing. This actually came back when they remade episode 1 of MyStreet. Instead of touring around the entire place in first person, this is what we actually had instead. Much more succinct. I can see why Aphmau did it that way.
Luxury bathroom.
How is that luxury bathroom? It's like a normal bathroom to me. What's luxurious about it?
Kitchen. Mini bar. Other.
Also, is that a mini bar? There's like tons of bottles in there. That's a bar. That's not even. There's nothing mini about it.
Luxury bathroom.
That one looks a little more luxurious, but again, it's a shower. That's not luxury. That's basic.
Big TV.
That is a big TV. I have nothing to say to that one. That one is just massive. That goes at the ceiling. In fact, you see like the parts of the ceiling like there. I'm pretty sure like they cut off the TV. It's so big that you have obstructed viewing to see it all.
And finally, your bedroom.
There is such a thing as too big in this world, for the record. But yeah, also, yeah, here we go. Of course, Melissa is excited about this part. She wants those nieces and nephews, doesn't she?
As you can see, we spared no expense to make
I don't know why Aphmau's so shy. She shared a bed with Aaron for a year before this whole thing happened.
sure you guys are comfortable.
I appreciate it, but really, this is too much.
But this bed is really comfortable.
Would you?
Oh, Derek, there you are.
I don't think it's just the bed, Melissa. I don't think it's just the bed.
I just fixed up the rest of the bedroom. This will be the perfect place for them to make pups. Oh.
Hold on. You just fixed out the rest of the bedroom, but then you came up into the room, which was the bedroom. Is there more than one bedroom, or do you fix it, go down to look for them, then come back to the same place that you left?
Oh, she's here.
Yeah, also, I don't think Aaron's exactly in pup-making condition right now. I mean, he might be able to make them, if you catch my drift. But, you know, as far as it's not the right time, I don't think. Again, if Mona was here right now, she'd probably say, oh, no, of course, yes, make babies. But, yeah, not this time. Not yet. Not like this.
Rachel!
Mom!
I'm leaving!
And give it up for Rachel, everyone! That was her scene! Yes, there we go. Thank you, Rachel. We'll see you after the break. There is no break. This is a whole thing.
I want to be a grandma.
Ignore my crazy wife.
I heard that.
Doesn't make it any less true, Rachel.
Can I just die now?
You know how I said that Aphmau reminded me a lot of several people in my life. One of whom actually is one of my best friends, Sophie. And what happened with her was that when she got into the relationship she's currently in, actually, which she's been in for several years now, his mum told her a bunch of times that she wanted them to have babies. So yeah, then she ended up having her other son have a baby. So you know, worked out in the end, I guess.
Aphmau, you are going to be at Starlight all summer. You'll have more than enough time to make use of the space here.
I thought he was gonna say you have more than time to make pups. I'm sorry. Rachel has poisoned my mind now, and Melissa. Okay. Got it. Fine. Okay.
And this isn't even the best part. There are still all the parts of Starlight to explore. This island is just the first one. Besides, we got this house for a good reason.
Huh?
Ah, yes. Everyone knows that you must have a massive house to accommodate a single pet. Sorry, I just need to send an invite to a certain somebody. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I fully just stopped that stream to just, banter with my girlfriend a bit on Discord. That was very unprofessional. I can't promise it won't happen again. I will try to not make it happen again.
Celestia! Oh, Celestia! You're here! Well, wait. How is Celestia here? She stays with my mom.
Oh, no. No. That's like as soon as wait, if Celestia's here, that means. Dun 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 dun. And there she is behind the corner. Oh hey, my pride flag is still behind here. I forgot. Yeah, basically, that's I put that as a background for Gacha review. I had it set up like this. But yeah, this is the 5 years later formation. But for the record, happy Pride Month. Just just in case. I don't think I've said it on stream yet, so there you go.
Wait. No! You guys didn't! Take me to her, girl.
Of course, you get to see Sylvana before Aaron, because the world is unfair.
Surprise! Surprise!
Oh, well, yeah.
Huh? What are you guys doing here?
We invited them. Like I said, there's a reason this place is so big.
Okay, so not only did Melissa lie about saying, "Oh, this is just for us," but also, can I just point out that in last episode we had a reference to a big camping trip, and I said I'd come back to that because I knew they were setting this up. I didn't know at the time, but yeah, it's like, oh yeah, by the company back because it does seem like Apple would need her friends more so like in the upcoming days preparing for Aaron's for going to see Aaron under normal circumstances. But yeah, because this was what was being planned, I didn't say anything. That's what 5 years of hindsight will do for you.
There's room here for all your friends.
We wanted you to be comfortable here.
And so we crowded you with a bunch of people while you're trying to get reacquainted with your boyfriend. Comfort.
And be around those you love.
It's our surprise for you and Aaron.
After everything that happened back at the lodge,
Wait, so Aaron doesn't know either?
we felt terrible. We were the reason why everyone was sent there.
You're the reason that many things happened, Derek. It's not just that. Keep going.
You all could have been seriously.
Seriously, they were seriously injured, seriously scarred, seriously controlled, and their perceptuality morphed beyond belief. So yes, they were seriously everything.
Let's try not to think about that, shall we? Those are sad
Wow, for once I agree with Sylvana. Impressive.
times that we're all getting through together.
This is wonderful. But wait, I thought you guys were all going on a camping trip.
Well, it
That's what I
wouldn't be
said.
much of a surprise if you knew we were coming here, would it?
Exactly.
Yeah, obviously.
Besides, we all wanted to come to Starlight too. Oh.
And you know what's the best part? The guy that wanted to come to Starlight the most, apart from Aphmau, was Dante, and yet Dante's not here. That's just tragic.
We wanted to be here to support you and Aaron.
Plus, be here with Zane!
Oh, Miha! You look so beautiful.
Actually, that's a good question. Do Sylvana and Eric know about Ghost? I'm not sure if they do. I just realized that. I'm sure that Derek and Rachel have a picture.
Come on! Let's get you something to eat.
But I...
Ah, that reminds me. Be
Wow. Hold a second. So did we just have a whole scene, with Aphmau was there in front of Zane, and yet he didn't say anything? Aphmau's best friend, or, Zane's best friend, someone else, but, did not say a word to her. That feels very, very wrong. I would have thought of all people that Zane would want to, give Aphmau a hug or something, or see if she was all right, anything. I mean, he pretended to be her dad once, for crying out loud. We could at least have a funny line about how she's dressed or something like that. So that feels... Although, I guess maybe that would detract from what Zane's about to do in the next scene. We shall see. I will leave the thoughts to all of you, who don't seem to be able to comment still, because Twitch apparently needs people to sign in with accounts and stuff, which is a nuisance.
right back. I gotta go feed my cat.
Cat?
Well, that's a double play on word. That's a double thing, because it was what Garth said a bunch of times in Love of Paradise, but also a reference to who he's actually going to go and feed. I like that. This is a really great episode so far. Like, I've clowned on a couple of things, and Derek, of course, and his idiotic plans, but actually, you know what? Forget that. I'm getting ahead of myself, because that's why I saved that for the end verdict.
Hey, my food! Stupid cat!
And he doesn't question the fact, yeah, sure. Why not? It's Garth. I thought we can get foreshadowing to Ghost sticking around in Kim's body and trying to spy on Zane and Kawaii-chan, actually, but maybe not. That happens in episode 15, so I thought, okay, that'd be interesting foreshadowing. A large pink case. Very inconspicuous, Zane.
I got food for you. You can come out.
No one knows how to plan.
Shh, keep it down. Do you know how much trouble we're going to get into if they found out I snuck you into this place?
Oh, sorry, Zane-kun.
Yeah, sorry, Zane-kun. I'm just trying to breathe and get oxygen into my body again. Get the old circulatory system carrying out its bodily functions. Yes. I'm sorry that my autonomic nervous system kicked in there for a second.
But I'm glad you brought me, and I'm glad you brought food.
You're glad? You said you'd tell everyone about Aaron being a werewolf if I didn't bring you.
Okay. We need to talk about that. Well, actually, let's see what her response is.
Kawaii-chan didn't really mean it. She just wanted to see Arm out together for the first time in a year.
Okay, fine. She wasn't really going to do it. Thank Irene. Thank Irene, because that would have almost been one of the scummiest things that any of these characters have done in the entire show so far, with no exaggeration, if she'd actually done that. If she was actually serious. I am so glad. Of course, it was all for Armau, but whatever.
She wasn't going to miss this.
You!
Achoo!
Kawaii-chan! Shh!
Kawaii-chan's just a little stuffed up.
You know, probably from being stuffed in somewhere.
Again, thank you for bringing me.
Yeah, but you gotta listen to everything I say. At least until I can get a ticket for you to be here. Derek went through a lot of trouble to set this up, and he only invited so many people.
So, what is Kawaii-chan going to do?
Here. You can live in this bathroom until I figure something out.
Don't you mean this luxury bathroom, Zane?
But you're rooming with Garth-kun! Wouldn't Garth find me here?
No. Garth is smart, but he's oblivious sometimes. He'll get
Garth is smart. I'm kidding.
distracted by the mirror and won't notice you. As long as you keep quiet and don't make noise, we can figure something out. Just go eat. Get in the bathroom and I'll try to get you some dessert. Here, have a pillow mint until then.
Minty chocolate!
Zane? Hello?
Quick! Hide!
I guess someone got... Did he throw her or kick her? I think he kicked her, actually. I'm not rewinding a single stream.
Come on, you're going to miss bonding time with Off
You're...
I mean, she's got a point, actually. You know, Zane is missing out on bonding time with his best friend.
Yup, it's me! Now come on, we need to go spend time with our friends!
Okay.
Is Zane really surprised? It's been a year and Ghost has been as presumably materialized around him a lot. Why wouldn't he be used to it by this point?
Let's go!
Miha? Are you okay?
I haven't seen Aaron in a year, and now he can walk in at any moment. I'm a nervous wreck.
You know, around this time when this episode actually came out, I was just thinking to myself, they're going to wait the entire time, this entire first episode, to make Aaron's reunion all that more special. So it's not like the first episode is like, oh yeah, so what now? They're going to keep the hype up. So I was fully expecting this. To anyone else out there, they're probably at their screens that they're screaming out, get to see Aaron already. I would just imagine. By this point, I'd be sick of all these people. Again, if I didn't predict what was the structure of this episode.
Nervous? What are you nervous about?
Just, I guess, I wonder if he's changed.
Huh?
Hey, Offmao. Can I steal you for a sec?
No.
Sure.
No, you can't. Go away.
Okay, so, Offmao. Aaron is going to get out of his physical therapy in about 20 minutes. I was thinking maybe you could surprise him when he gets out.
I would love to!
Perfect! Now all you have to do is go 2 houses to the right and then take the path
I'm gonna see
all the way
Aaron for the
down.
first
You'll
time in
eventually
forever!
reach the fountain.
Okay, so Adnal heard Melissa start giving directions, but she actually decides to monologue right now. She heard all you have to do is go, and then the instructions started, but that was like doesn't necessarily. Also, that seemed like it was like a first, it was one line that was split across, you know, multiple like different scene directions. Because it was obviously the camera cuts to a different place. So presumably this might have been something where it says, oh yeah, Athmal turns around and starts monologuing to herself while Melissa continues talking. And then Melissa line says continued and it goes like that. Rather than making it one continuous Melissa line and saying it later. I mean, neither method is particularly wrong. It's noticeable that Morgan Berry had to actually stop saying what she did and then do a different part of this line, do a different take, and it less like it depends. If people have seen Cars 1, this happens a couple of times, especially when Lightning McQueen is talking to the king. And the king starts talking, and the same thing happens, that we cut to a different angle, and we see that Lightning McQueen's attention go towards Dynaco in the background, because the whole thing wants Dynaco sponsorship, and he's fantasizing about that. But as far as I'm aware, that's one continuous line. That's one thing I could think of there, just a specific example of that done slightly better. Just an easy fix for the future, which of course we are in now. So
I hope I look okay. I'm so nervous.
You got all that?
Absolutely. I'll go catch him right now. Thanks, Melissa.
And Lightning McQueen did pretend as well, but to listen to what the king said. But the king was giving him advice about racing and the attitude that he had, which would have helped his character if he had to listen to it. This actually is going to get Aphmau lost entirely. So this one is worse than that somehow.
Where is this place? Can you find him, girl?
He's in the water.
Too many new smells, huh? Melissa and Derek were talking about that.
What's this guy doing there? He's like leaning his hands in the water, like getting his fingers wet or something. Or his Minecraft nubs wet or something. I don't know.
Then I guess I'll have to go find him on my own. Follow me, girl. I should have listened. I should have paid more attention.
What? No, yeah.
I need to be here for him. I need to be stronger.
No, you just need to be more focused. You don't need to be stronger, you need to be more focused. That's what happens.
I'm lost.
I do like seeing all the scenes though of future sets for other episodes. I know they never got round to building the actual Starlight Wonderland resort, which feels like a cop-out, personally, considering that you could have made this Starlight Wonderland and people would have been fine with it. But still, it is nice seeing these scenes, actually, particularly because one of the most iconic traveling moments happens at this particular moment. So, again, a bit of a personal bias, but it's good nonetheless.
I'm weak. He's in pain because of what I did. Because I didn't listen.
Well, I mean, you weren't able to listen. Again, I know. Don't dissect the insecurities. I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Because
I had to say something. It's been too long since I paused. I can't do a review and not pause enough. I'm like Kagi Films in that aspect. I have to pause. Also, it doesn't feel like a review if I just like let the whole thing play out.
Wasn't strong enough. He just wanted.
Actually, Aphmau, is because of how strong you are, that like physically, that there's so much damage inflicted upon Aaron in the first place. Other than the cliff, of course. But yeah, if you mean mentally strong, actually, yeah, you were mentally strong enough to hold off a permanently marked werewolf potion, not werewolf potion, forever potion. That's incredible strength of character. So you got strength in spades. And remember, if the remake of season 1 had come out around this time, we would have seen that that Aphmau was challenging Aaron to say that she could lift more than him.
Everyone to be happy again, even if it hurt him. He shouldn't have saved me. I wasn't worth saving.
See, it's interesting. So she says, like, Aphmau says that she wants to be, just everyone to be happy again. One of the big defenses for season 6 ending where it did is the fact that sometimes in life you don't always get what you're and in life, yes, that is indeed the case. But that is definitely, I feel like that's somewhat of an insult to the audience. Just saying that. I know that wasn't the intention of anyone in the company. I know they fully planned to carry on and somewhat still do, because very clearly no one is quite happy with the absolute conclusion because it sets up cliffhangers and unresolved things and everything. So yes, I completely understand that. However, this is what I mean. The if you were to use the argument that you won't always end up being happy in life, or you won't always get the stuff that you want, that is true. I mean, look at me. I've been doing YouTube for like 9 years almost, and I've barely managed to get 1,000 subscribers now because I just didn't know what I was doing and stuff. But also, yeah, in the case of this series, if it had been the case that no one was end up being happy again, maybe the people who started watching season 4, they would have cared somewhat, but not necessarily about the whole thing. The people watching from the very beginning, the ones who caught up with the rest of MyStreet, the ones who saw these characters evolve through prequels and through 3 seasons before the Dark season, to say to all of them that these characters that they've seen and that they've grown up with, because this is a show meant for for a young audience, not as young as Apple's current audience, but still young. They physically grew up with these people. To say that they're not going to be happy anymore, what kind of a setup for life is that actually going to give? That'd be a terrible message. If this season ended in such a big tragedy, I feel like that would mark so many people that in such a negative way because of the particular nature of this show. That's why you got to be careful with shows that are aimed at kids, because they're the ones that have the futures out there. That's what I got to say about that one, actually. That's incredibly deep, but I hope you get what I mean by that. Again, I know that wasn't the intention, but anyone who was thinking that that's what could have gone down and that was an example that you might set for your own stories, I urge you not to. Please don't.
I don't deserve this place. I don't deserve him.
And you know what, as well, if you're like me and you get Aphmau, if you get MyStreet moments or characters stuff are going on like to your real life, you don't want to think that it's all downhill and that you're never going to be happy again, because again, I can affect you on a personal level. So from the audience perspective, that's what I was saying. It depends. If you relate to the show, you're going to want them to. You're going to want to see that. Oh yeah, these people who went through what I did, they came out all right. Yeah, that's why I would hope they would never end up saying that. Oh yeah, they didn't.
What am I
also shipping? Shipping, of course. What all the fans have wanted for ages. Give them the ships or whatever, or at least some of them.
Doing here?
Oh, is this when she hears his heartbeat or something? I thought that was her heartbeat, but yeah, because Celestia's the one who runs off. So it was. Everyone says, "Oh, she hears her his heartbeat there."
Searching through the dark.
Here we go.
Traces of the love you left inside my lonely heart. To weave by picking up the pieces that remain. Melodies of life, love's lost refrain.
That didn't work.
Our paths they did cross.
Oh, I forgot they animated like parts of the old stuff, but that was not how it went down. Like they said, "Oh, watch where you're going." She didn't smile at him when he came up behind her. You can't just rewrite history like that because the animation looks good. That's happened twice now. Once with this and then Phoenix Drop Days again. Make your mind up of how that scene played out, please.
We met, we laughed, we held on fast, and then we said goodbye.
Okay, see, Ryan, that's I didn't know this song that the titles were based off of Afal's year before this point, but I knew it was a song, so I was fully expecting at some point for those lines to come back. So there you go. I didn't need Aiden singing it to me every time he guest stars on one of these.
And who'll hear the echoes of the stories never told? Let them ring out loud till they unfold.
Do the first thing that comes to mind. Run to him. Run to him out.
In my
Never let him go again.
I see you
right now, there are no werewolves, there are no humans. There is only Armau. Ship Armau.
I still believe
and they're also animated tears. That's
call out my name.
And there's also
a voice from the past, joining yours and mine, adding up the layers of harmony.
You'll get to say hi to her later, Zane. You had your chance. Now it's Aaron's turn.
And so it goes on and on. Melodies of life to the sky beyond the flying birds. Forever.
That works until I'm gonna kiss. Sure. Are those sleigh bells? That sounds like sleigh bells. Another her wish. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna take a moment. Yeah, I think we need a moment after that. Just a second. All right. And while I was giving people the moment, I read the title of what it said there. Kawaii-chan is here. Prepare yourself for cuteness overload. This is not the time for a funny pun, Afmao. You have just given us an emotional Armau moment. Oh my word. Okay. My goodness, that is a tone shift. But ignoring that last part, that is probably, I think, one of the best openings, if not the best opening of a season, you know, out of all of them. And I include season 6 there because I reviewed season 6 when it came out. And, I mean, people died in the opening. Like 2 people, just blew up. So, yeah, not exactly the best in hindsight. Which I think of all the other open episodes. And yeah, none of them hit you with, the funnies and the feels as much as this one. And it's not like feels in terms of like, oh yeah, everything's so sad. Yes, there's some of that. By this point, everyone was still hurting from what had happened at the lodge. But what we were also doing was we were seeing everyone once again after, a few days of repose. We're going to see, granted, people like the Lycan family now, so that was also a plus. And they built up the reunion with Aaron masterfully. So yeah, I have no complaints really. Again, apart from Derek's idiotic plans, but then again, those don't really bear too much of a consequence. I guess there might be a consequence on Afmal's on Aaron's body actually, because Derek threw him once, but that was it. No matter what he does now, it'll be as bad as he was in the past. So take that for what you will as well. It's Yeah. Yeah, I really like this one. Best opening to a season out of all of them. And what I was saying before about all the happiness and stuff, I mean, if it ended at season 4, it would have been awful, but season 5 actually has both the feels and the funnies and everything. Doesn't have all of the characters that you would want to see necessarily, but it has plenty. There's more than I expected as well. So I'm very excited. I'm starting to remember now why this is my favorite season when it came out. Because I like the balance. I mean, even before I started breaking down Emerald's secrets and I was just, engrossed in the mystery and everything, I still didn't think that, I still thought this season was better. Everyone's like, oh, Emerald's secret is, is the best or something. And then season 6, but you forget that sometimes that when you see it, you've seen characters suffer, and continue to suffer, forget animation or stuff, when like a story element and a character element, if you see them like that, it's much more cathartic when you see them happy. Which is why, even though maybe this episode packed us before, those moments, I don't often get my Stockholm on as much anymore, but certainly did today. So yeah. All in all, great start. And yeah, hopefully this will start to show people why I love Starlight so much. But trust me, there's more. That episode is by no means my favorite episode in the series, even in the season. It might not even be in the top 5. We'll see. But for now, I guess I will leave you here, and I will check to see when the next stream is. The one person watching this right now is probably Josh, because he hasn't commented. He wants to go to Twitch. I would just say, get yourself a Twitch account, Josh, if it is you, because I know that you have plenty of questions and you'll want to say some stuff. And also, you're probably telling me right now what the day is, actually. So I think that'll be a wise investment on your part. It's not an investment; you don't have to pay money or anything. And also, it lets you do download certain mod packs and stuff. That's how I got my Twitch accounts. It was for Minecraft mod packs, and then I started using it for streaming. Anyways, so next episode is Here in My Arms, and that is on the 14th. Same time, same place, 5 years later. Until then, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. And actually, if I end up posting this on YouTube, tell me in the comments what you thought of the episode. I really want to know, especially for those people who can't talk on Twitch. I am going to start putting the archives online. I might have one by the end of today. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. No promises, but I will check. So yeah, we'll see. But for now, of course, on that note, until next time, farewell. Oh, Wolftail. I have to look up Wolftail as well. I'll do that too, yeah. Bye for now. I might start another stream if necessary. Bye for now. Bye. Farewell.